We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
Just crazy lines.
I know. Well, everyone, welcome in to High School Famous. Please turn your textbooks to page... Why are you shaking your head? 167.
So dumb.
It is.
It's the stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah. I'm Sean.
I'm Matt.
And we have a special musical guest here today.
No.
Yeah, go grab that guitar.
Yeah, we see it.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know you're going to be asked to perform today?
Yeah.
I once again failed to prepare a song.
This is this is Josh.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Josh.
For those who pay attention to show notes, he is the person who is listed as the one who mastered our theme song.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, so basically we were
You forgot?
we were getting our theme song ready before the show started, and I was telling Josh about it at his house. I was playing him some bits, and he's like, "Oh my God, please let me help. I'm so desperate. I haven't done anything musically in years. Just let me touch this."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, let me ask Matt. He's got a pretty tight grip on this music."
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah, you know me. I mastered music years ago. I'm so amazing.
That's why you moved on
at it.
That's why you moved on. Yeah, like I mastered. There's no sense.
I'm done with this. I'm so professional.
And now you're finding your
music and
yourself.
editing music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to change careers.
You had a career in mastering music.
Yeah, it was a work from home sort of situation.
Sometimes
I wasn't employed.
It was sometimes on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in a corner, not like just like
like Blair Witch
tucked
style.
away somewhere where nobody could see or hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, behind you are those? I see two black squares.
Walls? Are those walls?
Did you cover up something embarrassing?
Yes. Those small parts of the wall.
Oh, those were.
They were
those are
the
poorly finished parts of the wall.
You're like, I don't like this part.
Yeah.
Or the part slightly above and to the left of it.
Those
it wasn't anything
white, and I didn't like it. I didn't like those big parts.
They didn't look any different from any other part of the wall, but they just didn't like them.
Yeah, they had to be covered up.
It's one of those things where anyone else coming in wouldn't see it, but you saw it.
Yeah.
You knew the issue was there, so you couldn't be comfortable with yourself in that space until you covered it up.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
But now it's like a glaringly obvious thing that's trying to be covered up.
Yeah, it's hidden in plain sight. That was really what I was going for.
Yeah, it's going to cause a lot of... it's going to be a good conversation piece, I think, when you have visitors.
It worked on you.
It did just now.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, as per usual, was oblivious to it.
Well, there's a lot to take in. There's a lot of things behind me.
Yeah, I mean, he did mention the guitar, so he's not completely oblivious to what's going on.
All right, there's 3 guitars.
You mentioned the guitar. I just mentioned him grabbing a guitar.
No.
Until you said there is a guitar behind you, I didn't really realize there was one. See, when we have a guest, I look them in the eyes. I see. The room. I look at them.
You don't look at any part of this. You look at something else.
Lots of times I don't. Yeah, I don't even look at my screen usually when we record.
Yeah.
Unless I'm reading something.
Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to announce that. So my son had, Josh, I don't remember if I told you this, but my son got me for Christmas this year, rather than getting me another year of dad jokes. He didn't want to subject himself to that. He got me a cookbook. And on the cover is a gentleman known as Snoop Dogg, and it is titled From Crook to Cook. And it's full of very enjoyable recipes. But last time he was here, he did let me know that there was a second gift that arrived late. And so he gave that to me. So we're going to cue the music.
What? music.
And now I'm revealing that we have yet another year
off.
of dad jokes.
Fuck off. First off, there is no music to cue. I'm not about to make music to cue.
No. We're using some public domain.
We're using the music
stuff.
from last year.
No. No. There's the perfect, I forget the title of it, but it's a very well-known song, public domain, in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Anyway, we'll use it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So
I don't
that's
know
going to be
what it's called.
so...
It'd be really fun to find.
No, I'll find it. Jeez.
Oh, thank you.
But, I mean, I don't know what we should do for this first time, because we're almost a month in, and so there was a lot to catch up on.
We clearly have to do more than one joke today.
I mean, we could. What does Josh think? Does he want to hear a couple of these gems of dad jokes?
Flurry of dad jokes.
So wait, it's a daily thing. So we're like
daily
7 days behind.
So all right,
yeah, this is 28 days behind.
So clearly you're a listener, so you know how this works. Sean goes through the week's worth of jokes and picks the quote best one unquote end quote.
All right.
Sorry, that's canon. That's how we have to say it now.
So, but obviously we're not going to do that because I didn't go through and pick out what I thought were the best of the last, because I just got this a couple days ago. But I did get very excited. First of all, I was shocked that he decided to get this again because he was dreading the daily delivery of the dad joke every day. But he must secretly actually like it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten me another calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So let's just.
Maybe he just likes to torture you, and he knows that we read these to our listeners.
Does he know
that? Well, he knows that we do that. That you read them on here.
Yeah, but the thing is,
maybe he wants to torture our listeners.
Could be. I was going to say it can't be me. None of this is torture for me.
Right.
I enjoy him squirming from me reading these and cringing and having a bad time with it. I enjoy you hating it
with a passion.
Yeah. Let's just jump. January 4th. My wife asked me to put ketchup on the shopping list. Now I can't read anything.
Yep. Like anything on the list or just anything in general?
It didn't clarify. It didn't elaborate on.
He can't read it all anymore.
It was full stop on that. So
some sort of curse was laid upon him after putting ketchup on that list.
Yeah.
And now he can no longer read at all. He screwed up and put the ketchup on his eyes.
So what if I don't know what apocalypse means? It's not the end of the world. Do you agree?
No.
For years, I've suspected that my wife has been adding soil to my garden. When I asked her about it, she just shrugged. The plot thickens.
That one I kind of like.
Okay.
That one's probably that's the best so far.
I appreciate these so far just because I haven't heard any of them.
Well, I haven't heard any of these yet either.
Mm-hmm.
But they tend to be very, very bad. But that one was more enjoyable so far.
Okay. My husband left me because of my gambling addiction, but I know I can win him back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was awful.
Come on. That one's stupid. That one's dumb too.
I mean, just as good of a punchline was like, I bet he'll come back. Yeah, that would have.
Oh, see? See?
Yeah, see? That's called not necessarily punching up the joke, but just punching the joke. I don't know.
I got 10 to 1 odds he'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
That's very in your face. It's a very in your face version of that.
I placed a bet that he'll come back. I bet money on it. I've got my house on the line.
These are getting worse.
I bought a bunch of chips from a casino, and now I'm playing cards, hoping to win him back in a card game at a casino. See?
Yep. So good.
Anyway, that's all we're going to do this week.
So good at this.
Next week, we'll be back to regular form where I pick out the best of the week, and we'll just do one once at a time. So
that's awesome. Only 48 more weeks of that. Can't wait.
We don't have to do it.
No, it's fine. Part of the joy is that I hate it so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone else is clamoring. They're like, God, I've heard some people stopped listening at the turn of the year because of the dad jokes being over.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to know to come back?
I'm going to send out a press release.
What if they unfollowed everything.
I'm going to address the press. It'll be a televised press conference.
Oh, what if they don't have TV? What if their
Uh,
only form of entertainment in any way was our podcast, and they just completely gave up on all entertainment?
well, then I don't know how long that'll last. And when they decide, you know what, I need some entertainment again, they only know one place to turn, and that's this
and
show.
They won't want to, and they'll just kill themselves.
They'll go, you know what, let me give them another shot.
You have killed these people, Sean.
They, what? They'll die without entertainment?
Yeah, because they don't want to come back to us because you failed them. So they think. They'll
say, you know what? Let me give them a shot. Maybe they're way better without the dad jokes. And then they'll check out a recent episode and discover that the dad jokes have returned. They'll orgasm. Entertainment is back on, back in their lives.
We should all orgasm.
Who wants to go first?
I regret saying it. It's fine. We can forget that happened.
Clicking leave session.
No, wait.
You're supposed to.
That's
you
the
need to.
worst of what you're going to get today.
The button's grayed out. I can't leave, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I can't either.
Why
is that?
You can't leave while we're recording. That's fantastic. I have control over this.
You've
I'm the only one
us.
I'm the only one that can let you leave.
I don't think I ever realized that it was like that.
I didn't either. I
mean,
that doesn't stop you from just closing the browser, but
I could just do that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll see my audio get uploaded.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
all right. Well,
so
that was unexpected.
It was I knew it was coming.
The jokes or the orgasm?
I'm shaking my head.
We see that.
Mhm.
But thank you. That's for the listener.
That's for your listener.
Hey, I wasn't going to say it that way, but thank you for acknowledging it.
So, Josh, we've known him for quite a while. He went to high school with us, but he also went to pre-high school with me for a year. Yes?
Yeah. We called that pre-high school. I mean, that's what everybody called it.
Well, then wouldn't that technically mean he went to pre-high school with me as well? Because we went to the same junior high.
Yes. But I don't know when I
didn't
two
meet
got
Josh
introduced.
until, I think, 10th grade.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Is when we met.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for Josh to be ready.
To meet me.
Yeah, he wasn't ready in 9th grade. He was.
Yeah, I agree. Probably not.
Yeah.
Fair. I probably wasn't ready when I actually met you anyway, but it happened.
Yeah. But if you wait until you're ready, then you'll never do it.
It's true.
Right? It's like, it's meeting me is like the same as having kids.
It's what I said when we had our first kid.
It negatively
It's
changes
just
your
like
life forever.
When me and you had our first kid, or when you and your wife had their first kid?
Yes.
Exactly.
So
Go ahead, Sean. Continue.
I don't know where we're going. I'm not sure what we should cover. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot of history here. There was a long time where it was probably the three of us for the most part.
Yeah. And now I don't think I've seen you in person, Matt, in years.
Yeah, last time you would have seen me in person was probably what was it? Probably 2018 or 19. That time I came home for a little get together with my family, and then you ventured out and hung out for a little bit.
That sounds right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was probably 18 or 19. I'm trying to remember because it was my niece's grad party, and then we also celebrated my dad's 70th. So
was I invited to that?
Yeah, you were there.
I was?
Yeah, you were there. A
you,
bunch of the super friends were there.
The super friends?
That's what I'm going to call them. Super friends.
Like Batman and Aquaman and
that's the Justice League.
But aren't they also part of the Super Friends?
I believe so.
There's crossover.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just beyond me.
Well, you have no idea, yet you're correcting me.
Because I assumed.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of that goes on this show, isn't there? A lot of assuming things.
Oh,
how would you know?
100%. We don't fact check anything. We make some pretty tall claims to things, but never fact check it.
Yeah.
I stand by every one of them.
Yeah, it's kind of the joy of it, looking like idiots, because nobody corrects us. So it's all good. As far as we know, it's all gospel.
So, Josh, I think what I want to start with is I want to go over the story of the creation of a tiny me on a popsicle stick. And I don't know if I've ever asked you
Out of
where
context,
this idea came from, or what inspired this little guy that you made.
Yeah, that's a good question. When was that was created? That was like at the very end of high school, maybe senior year. That was created.
I don't
really
I think it was before that. I think it was 10th grade.
Was it? All I can remember is that I had like a small, like printed out picture of either you or a group of us, and I cut out your head and I made a little
for personal use.
John.
It was my yearbook photo, and I forget it was. It might. I think it was actually like, the little wallet sized picture that I would have given you that year.
Oh, okay. So maybe
school
that's
picture.
Yeah.
You're like, thanks for this keepsake. Let me destroy it.
Yeah, pretty much. I wrote a lot of nice things on the back of that picture, and now it's lost to time.
Yeah. What I do recall, though, is you rode around with it in your Oldsmobile. You had it like stuck in your vent or something, and it was always there to see.
I had it propped up in the dash somehow, for years, and it was exposed to a lot of sun and got damaged and faded that way. I meant to look for it recently, and I don't think I have it anymore. But the way that I received this, or the way that I was shown this little figure, it was basically just explained to everyone. It was a popsicle stick, basically a green sort of construction paper cutout shirt, and then I think black pants and shoes, and then little construction paper hands, looking like I'm saying halt, or like hold it right there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the little hands were like up.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then the head of my school picture just cut out and just all, plopped up on this popsicle stick. And I had gone through the lunch line. I already had my lunch in hand. I had my tray, and you were walking with me, and we were just talking about whatever. And then you said, "All right, Sean, we better go get our lunch." And I looked down at my tray, and I got a little bit confused because I thought, well, I already have my lunch. What is he talking about? I'm not going to wait in line with my lunch for him to get his lunch. And then he just pulls out of his pocket this little guy, I'm pretty sure with a sound effect. And I didn't know what to do.
That's awesome that you remember that.
No,
I do not.
Yes, very vividly. I remember this. I know. I don't remember much.
You created a core memory for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that moment, and it's something that should have weirded me out, but I'm the kind of person that doesn't get weirded out because I weird people out. So, why would I be judgy? And, but so it was just kind of like, I was kind of just speechless. I don't know if I didn't think anything like positive or negative about it. I was just like, what is he doing? I was kind of like, who is this person?
Who's this guy?
Because I don't remember how much time we spent with each other in ninth grade. I know we met then, and I don't remember when the discovery was that our parents lived so close to each other that we could just come over to each other's houses all the time.
Right.
And I don't remember, did you come, were you there the full ninth grade year, or did you come in the middle of the year?
Middle of the year.
Okay, so maybe we didn't discover our proximity until maybe the next year, or maybe that summer before 10th grade or something, but yeah. I don't know how well I knew you when this little man was presented.
I'm assuming we knew each other fairly well, because that would have been fairly strange. Although, I've done stranger things, I guess, but yeah.
So so you don't recall the exact inspiration for the idea.
No.
Have you made something like this for anyone else before or after?
No.
Yeah.
After, I would say yes.
No.
Well, somebody else did.
No, somebody else made those ones?
Yeah. I made those.
Oh, you made the ones for Josh's wedding?
Yes.
Okay.
So when Josh was getting married, I decided to make, and I used the same yearbook photos, and I made, because your color schemes were like, we had pink ties, and I think you had a pink vest or something.
Yeah.
So I made one of myself, I made one of Josh, and I made one of Matt. and we all had black suits on with the pink, the pink accessories, and I gave them all to us to have for the wedding. And I think there's a picture of us holding all three of them at some point.
Yeah, I believe there's a wedding photo of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I need to dig around. I'm fairly certain I still have that one somewhere.
Mine got lost to time, unfortunately. Mine, I had mine propped up in a car for a while, and then one day it just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have mine, probably in a box back there.
Yeah. So, Matt, do you think your car got like broken into, and that's the one thing they took?
No, I think the last time I remember, I had brought my car probably. I had brought my car probably somewhere, I think, to get an oil change or some shit or cleaned or something, and it just disappeared. So it might have gotten tossed or something.
Well, that's a shame. That and your blue shirt that you.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Shirt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got rid of that years and years and years ago as well. Thanks, Sean. You're bringing up some very tragic memories for me. These are things I haven't thought about in years, and now here I am.
Josh is resurfacing them. I can't help it. If he wasn't here, I wouldn't be talking about this stuff.
It's association, yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
No, I remember you saying you lost that as well, and you were very upset that you lost that shirt.
I maybe lost it or maybe got rid of it. I don't remember.
You were upset. You lost it.
I most likely got rid of it.
You lost it. You wouldn't get rid of it and then be upset for getting rid of it. You lost it.
I don't remember being upset.
You were mad that I still had mine and you didn't have yours anymore.
This is a really odd subject to gaslight somebody on.
It's not gaslighting anything.
You are gaslighting the hell out of me right now.
Not at all. You 100% were like pissed that you didn't have that shirt anymore.
No, for somebody who talks about like, I don't remember anything, you seem very set on the fact that I lost that shirt and was very upset about it.
That's how I remember it anyway. It's not gaslighting.
Your memory is.
All right, now you two talk about your like musical history with each other.
Wow.
Musical
history?
Yeah, go over, you guys have worked on some stuff together.
Sure. Yeah, Josh and I have played music together.
Or Matt, do you want to do more of the Queen songs with Josh here?
I mean, I'd have to pull that list up again, and I don't think I have anything I don't have the old information that you already put up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then no. Pulling up websites is hard.
Well, no,
it takes
it's not.
A long time.
It would just. I can do that if that's what you'd like to do, Sean. Don't make this.
I'm just throwing out.
Let's not fight in front of our guest.
No, I'm throwing out ideas or offering suggestions for things. Because Josh doesn't seem particularly talkative, and so I'm like really struggling to move this along here. He's not being a good guest.
I'm not being a good guest.
He looks. He does. He'd rather be anywhere else in his house right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this room.
And he has. He's got a family of 5 that doesn't include him, and it's always chaos in his house, and he'd rather be not here.
You make it sound like he's got a family of 5 that doesn't include him, as if he's excluded from his family.
Yeah, his family of 5
doesn't want to be part of the family.
Yeah, they don't include him.
Got it. They don't include him in things, or
yeah.
Oh, are you? I mean, now I'm starting to wonder: are you able to exit that room? Are you trapped?
No, have you been sequestered?
If you need help, blink twice.
Are you like serving on a jury and you can't talk to the outside world about the case or anything?
Not currently. No.
Is there a case pending?
Yeah. Are you on witness protection? Are you on WitPro?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I like how you said
sound disappointed.
You said the full term, then shortened it immediately after.
Well, it's helpful. Now, from now on, I can just say WitPro. But initially, if I had just said WitPro, people are like, what the hell is WitPro? And then they cycle through their brain, what could WitPro mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that to everybody.
I mean, at this point, you can just call it WP, because now we all know. You can short it even more.
I was about to say something else.
Even though WP is more syllables and it takes longer to say.
Yeah. No, it isn't. Well, then WitPro, yeah, but not witness protection.
No, yeah. Why would I say that? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. because things fall out of your mouth sometimes that maybe don't make sense.
That's the point of this show, right?
Clearly, you're not a listener.
There is no point to this show.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for the compliment, but no.
Oh, okay. I have listened to the show.
Aren't you guys trying to sound stupid? That's the aim, right? You're trying to sound dumb, right?
Yeah. And your target market
you
is
have
dumber than that, right?
You have listened.
We want to really hate on the people that think we sound smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're for like 8-year-olds, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that sentence, but
we really go after 8-year-olds.
Our demographic would maybe be better than saying we are for.
We target 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's better.
Thank you.
It's very Big Lebowski.
Cleared that up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Big Lebowski. I call it BL.
Just like WP? Or, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said Whitpro. Matt suggested WP. Mm-hmm. The harder thing to say.
Okay. But no, I'm not in WP or Whitpro. I'm just in my office.
Are you in the Big Lebowski? I've never seen it.
Nope.
Oh.
Sounds like a
Actually,
lot.
I actually did see it once, but it was long after everyone was just hyping it up like crazy, and so I watched it and I go, yeah, that was fine. I'm not sure why everyone's so obsessed with this movie.
Yeah, it tends to be better if you catch a movie before anybody tells you about it, so you can just enjoy it for yourself. Because once a movie's been hyped up a bunch, it almost makes it not worth watching.
That's why I drive to the movie theater blindfolded.
What does that accomplish?
Then I get there and I walk in and I just buy a ticket to a movie and I don't know what I'm going to watch until I sit down.
Oh, you just say any ticket, please?
Yeah.
But where
sometimes
does the blindfolding come into play? Like, how does that help?
It's so I can't see the movie posters or any of the advertising for future movies in and around the theater.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just narrow your sight when you're and just make sure you're focusing specifically on things to not take in other information around you.
I'm not a bird.
It's not that hard. Like I say, for instance, I'm looking at your face right now.
Gross.
If I focus on that, I'm not focusing on anything else around it. You have my full attention.
To be
is
fair,
my face like a magic eye poster?
Surrounding is out of focus.
Well,
That's
Sean's
true.
entire surrounding. I meant like on my screen and in my room.
Hold on.
Like what else I can see around me, not just Sean's picture.
I thought, that's what I thought. It's like,
but
you're just focusing on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me put it into focus.
Oh.
I mean,
see, that's a bed behind me.
The same. Yeah, no, it looks this exact same whether it's in focus or not.
Well, that's impossible.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to still discern what's behind you.
Hey, so I'm not sure how big is your image window, Matt? Can you see the full wide image of each of our? I was gonna say if it were in the back right here, you'd see a partial image of a little figurine back here.
Mm.
Well, it was in the background of. I'm assuming you're talking about your 18-inch Freddy, which was in the back of your shot last in your previous apartment as well.
Still, I'm just saying right now you could see it.
Oh,
if
well,
you
I
looked.
can't.
Oh,
currently I can't.
Yes,
but I know he's there.
It's out of focus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your 18-inch Freddy is always
out of focus.
There, it's always near. It's weirdly near, really close to your bed, always.
Well,
which is
I like to roll over and look at him in the eyes.
Kisses.
Yeah.
Give him little kisses.
If you look, his crotch is just about at eye level when you're laying down on the bed. So, yeah, for my birthday one year, Matt got me an 18-inch tall Freddie Mercury figure. And when the batteries in it are good, it sings songs or parts of Queen songs.
Hold on. Is that actually true?
What?
That it sings songs and it takes batteries?
You didn't know that?
No, I thought it was just a statue.
No.
I had no idea it had a function.
No, it plays like parts of...
I thought you were making a joke about it taking batteries, like it was going to be a...
like an 18-inch something else?
Yeah.
No. The only one I remember, it plays part of Radio Gaga and a couple others, I forget. But yeah, it cycles through and it does maybe 10 or 15 seconds of a song.
I had no idea.
Wow, that's funny. You got this from me, probably at least 20 years ago.
Oh, easily.
And you never knew this.
Never knew it. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe I did know it at a time, and I just completely blocked that from my memory. But
yeah, no, it does. I'm sure that if I put some new batteries in there right now, it would work. But I haven't. I don't even know if it's turned on. It could work now. I think there's a switch on the back. I don't know.
Well, you're not gazing at its crotch. How could it possibly be turned on? Speaking of presents, I remember one year we all decided to do a Secret Santa thing amongst us friends. Josh said he recalls.
I do recall this. Yes.
Did I partake in this? I don't remember this.
I believe you did.
Pretty sure.
But so I had Josh as for my exchange.
Okay.
And so we were all hanging out when I bought him his gift. So he knew not exactly what it was, but he at least knew that it was going to be a t-shirt of some type. So I decided, well, since he already knows it's going to be a t-shirt, I'll just wrap it in the shape of a t-shirt.
Okay.
So I cut cardboard out, put it in the, in the arms and through the body of the shirt, and then wrapped it. So it was just in the shape of a t-shirt as he got to unwrap it. I thought it was pretty fun.
I feel like I remember this now. This must be back when you cared.
A little bit. I did not remember what gifts were given and to whom.
I don't remember any other. I don't even remember what I got. I remember that I gave you a t-shirt in the shape of a t-shirt.
What was the t-shirt?
What was on it? What was on the t-shirt?
It was a Weezer t-shirt. It was like it had like a little Rivers Como on it or something, like a cartoon.
I remember that t-shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it was a white elephant gift.
It was a white t-shirt.
Sean doesn't like Weezer or specifically Rivers Como.
I just don't like Weezer's t-shirts.
Oh.
I'll wear Weezer anything else. I'll wear a Weezer jockstrap whenever I play sports.
So never. Unless you wear a jock when you're playing disc golf. That's considered a sport.
I should consider doing that because Josh likes to aim for that area a lot.
I've never done that.
Let's get a hole in one.
Oh. He gets one in the hole.
It's because when you get punched in the crotch, it sounds like chains clanking.
Well, that's the type of underwear I normally wear.
You wear like chainmail underwear.
It's chainmail. It's chainmail underwear. So that's what inspired him. Because one time I was standing near the pin.
M-A-L-E.
I was standing near the pin, and he threw a long putt, but then he tripped and fell, and so he couldn't see what happened. And he heard chains clanking, and he thought he made his shot, but he really knocked me in the crotch. Didn't affect me at all. It's a very protective pair of underwear. And I said, "That's one more stroke, buddy." I said, "You owe me another stroke."
I no longer believe anything out of Sean's mouth. That story about the stick man,
just now. Now.
It's not real.
After knowing each other for 20 plus years, just now is when you finally don't believe anything Sean says.
Yep, that was the last straw. That was it.
Well, then you're just going to have to start putting things in it.
I don't know why this memory always pops into my head when I think of the three of us hanging out.
Well, what else is it going to be?
I remember one time for whatever reason, Sean and I were riding in the back of your red pickup that you had for a while.
I think I just got done telling you this, or reminding you of this, Josh, not that long ago.
Maybe. Oh yeah.
Road thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean and I kept like sticking our heads up above the cab as Josh was driving probably well over the speed limit on this road.
Well, the speed limit was like, what, 35 or was it 45? 45, right?
Was this in the back dirt roads?
I think it was on 209.
Or 209. Yeah. And Sean, like I think I kept sticking my head up for a while. And then I'm like, yeah, Sean, do it. And then the second Sean did it, Josh slammed on the brakes and Sean just throated the upper corner of the cab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That didn't feel good. And I'm like, really? The one time I try it, you're up there for half the ride, just like, woo, with your ears flapping in the wind like a dog. Yeah. You're drooling, and you're like, try it, Sean. And then I give it a shot, and I get throated.
Yeah, I remember having that red pickup, and Matt, you and I we were headed over to Mark's, I think, and they were doing construction in the neighborhood near his place, and we called it something like Baja Central or something. And we went in there, and for some reason, a Bobcat obviously had built this like ramp thing,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to jump that. And and you're like, I'm going to get out.
That's awesome.
And you did.
Yep.
And then I did. And I bent my wheels on the truck. I had new wheels.
Yeah, no, it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it to Matt to always be the sensible one. I guess.
Apparently, I was sensible in that moment of just like,
yeah.
I think this might be a bad idea.
I think it rolled in there, and then I rolled up the lip, and then I pushed the clutch and like rolled back. And then I kind of did it a couple times. And then like when I slowed down enough, you're like, I think I'm going to get out.
Oh, okay.
He just bailed out.
Because you tested it like, yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I think I could do it. Yeah. I'm like, you go ahead, man. Yeah. I'll be over here. So at least one of us survives this.
How high up was the ramp, you think? How tall was it?
I don't know. It was a couple feet. They must have been using it to like load another truck or something.
Oh yeah,
sure.
And yeah, I know I didn't. It was like a tabletop, if equivalent.
Yeah,
and I remember hitting it, going like straight up in the air, and then just like landing and bouncing a couple times. I'm pretty sure my CD deck came flying out of the dash, like it popped out of the dash, and then I had to go to the junkyard to get new wheels. So yeah.
Yeah,
he beat that truck. Mm-hmm.
And the entrance to the junkyard was a sweet ramp.
It was a sweet ramp. Yeah. I jumped that.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I jumped the hell out of that ramp.
Jumped it on the way out.
On the way out.
Nothing happened. It was perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Jump on the way out didn't seem to do any additional damage.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Like all of our memories so far are just us destroying either each other or vehicles.
Yep. Yeah, you're destroying me with a vehicle, and then you destroy your own vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt's like, I'm not going to get harmed by anything in these memories.
I was very good at not getting harmed by Josh's truck somehow.
Yeah.
I harmed your Oldsmobile the one time to the Batman.
Yeah, definitely.
Game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very historic day, if I recall.
Yeah.
That very much was, yes.
I will never forget it.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We played mini golf.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's everybody shows grief in different ways.
Yeah.
And ours was mini golf.
I don't think we really knew the ramifications or
God, no.
No, we were not aware of there's gravity in the scale of what was happening when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really wasn't, not to really make this heavy, but it really wasn't until the 10-year anniversary when there was some, 60 Minutes thing or something on it, and they're covering it all and just going over what happened. I was like, oh, that's when it really hit me.
Mm-hmm.
When I really paid attention.
Yep. Agreed.
But I was just, young and dumb and at that time and didn't consider all that type of stuff back then.
That's when you really realized, like, man, Matt's car
got
really
so
quite a beating 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I was watching that special. I'm like, man, that reminds me of something really horrible that happened that day.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, did that damage probably cost a couple $100.
It never got fixed.
Yeah,
that was
that car.
I'm trying to remember how many years back now, but I finally just junked it out.
It popped up recently.
It sat for a bunch of years and just kind of kept getting worse.
It popped up recently for me as a Facebook memory. You're posting that.
My posting the getting rid of the car?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I didn't remember I didn't make a mental note of it, how many years ago it was when it came up. But
it's maybe been, I'm trying to think if it happened. Was I home when it happened? It might have been within the last 8 years that I've been here that it finally got sent off. I'm trying to remember, but not super long ago.
I mean, yeah, you had that car for way too long to begin with.
I bought it when I was 15. It was my first vehicle. So,
Josh, what was your first vehicle? Was it that little red truck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. 1987 S10.
Quite a lot of adventures in that little truck.
Mm-hmm.
We ran out of gas in that truck once.
Yeah, that happened a few times to me.
And your dad had to come out with a gas tank to fill us up just enough so we could get to the gas station. Because we left your house and you're like, I think we can make it to the gas station. We didn't even make it halfway to the gas station and we were out of gas. We made it to, I think we made it to 41 and we were out of gas.
It would have been great if you had like just made it to the end of your driveway and then you died.
That would have been great.
I rolled into a gas station with the vehicle off once. Like I had ran out of gas on Highway 10, right by my current house, and I pushed in the clutch and I rolled it, made the turn, the next turn, and into the gas station completely dead, and rolled up
just on momentum
and parked. The people around me were like looking like this vehicle just rolled up and it wasn't on.
Like, it's electric.
Yeah.
It's very quiet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm stopping at a gas station.
Yeah. In this 1987 S10.
Yeah.
It's been converted.
Yeah.
I remember I was heading home from somewhere, maybe your house, Matt. No, it was coming home. I remember driving through Maple Grove and I was like, I think I can make it. And then as I'm on 94 West, like it starts to sputter. And then I like, okay, I better get off. I know if I get off on Weaver Lake Road, there's like a gas station to the right, not too far. And I start like riding up the ramp and my car died at the light to turn right. And so people were getting pissed and going around me. And then I sat there for a little bit, waited. Then I got to start it up again.
Right.
And I barely coasted into the gas station.
That's one thing I have never once ran out of gas in a vehicle.
That was the only time that I've ever run out of gas.
Yeah.
But Matt, I think my favorite memory of your first car.
Yeah.
What do you
saw this coming? No, because I knew this story was coming.
What story is it?
I assume it's the story you're about to tell. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's a story where I wasn't even in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
But it was right by your house?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was probably coming home from work or something, and
you had left to go pick somebody up.
You had left. I don't know.
Because I was on my way to your house, and you went to go pick you and your mom or dad had left to go pick somebody else up to come to your house.
Oh, because I don't remember there being anyone else in the car besides my mom and I. But either way, we had left. Matt was on his way to my parents' house, and Josh remembers this. But to get to my parents' house, you would turn off of a paved road, and then you would have to go down a full dirt road, take a left down another full dirt road, and then get to my cul-de-sac where my driveway was. And so we were getting to the corner where you're turning left from one dirt road to the next. And I remember turning to my mom and saying, yeah, Matt likes to fishtail around this corner all the time. And she's like, oh, really? Oh, And then sure enough, we turned the corner and you, I'm guessing, attempted to do just that. And you were in the ditch standing outside your car.
Mm-hmm. It took us quite a long time to get the car back out of that ditch, but we got it out. Under its own power, we got it out. It didn't have to drag it out or anything. But it took a lot of shoveling and a lot of pushing. Because that thing
remember
was a one-wheel wonder too. So it once that first one wheel was spinning, it wasn't going anywhere.
Matt, was that you where we were leaving my parents' house and you got stuck in the driveway? Just
Probably.
You were like, I think you were looking over at the house and saying like, wave goodbye to the house, and you went slightly off to the right and went into the little mini ditch that my driveway had, and you got stuck.
It very well could have been the same day. Who knows?
Oh man, that would have sucked.
No, that was the tough. So yeah, that car was it was a 1974 Olds Cutlass Supreme. Didn't have posi traction, so that thing was, if it was sliding, it was sliding. You were done. You just have to ride it out. But it was a tank, so you could ride it out with relative safety for the most
style.
Part. Even though, cars back in the 70s weren't really like safety oriented vehicles, but it was such a beefy car that you could literally just smash it into a tree and it would have been fine. There's one story of my mom driving that car, and she was going to turn into our driveway, and some guy decided to pass her she was turning left into the driveway. Some guy thought she was turning right and decided to pass her on the left. And he was in a big truck, and he hit my front bumper of my car, which dented my front bumper in slightly, but apparently did a significant amount of damage to his truck. So I'm just like, man, I love this car.
Yeah, that thing was a beast.
That thing took I beat the shit out of that car.
You see a lot of those at the demolition derbies.
Oh yeah, that car would have been very successful there.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about doing that?
Absolutely not. I actually loved that car.
No, I know you did, but I thought maybe maybe there could have been a point when you had moved on and had, other vehicles. You're like, well, maybe I can do this for fun.
I always thought demo derby would be fun, but I would never use a vehicle I actually cared for in it. You always go and buy a shitty junkyard car and fix it up just enough so it runs.
Mm-hmm.
But
did either of you did you ever name any of your cars?
Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, that car was called the Green Hornet, even though
I remember
it wasn't
that
green anymore. It was green when I bought it, and I was intending to paint it green again if I ever had finished doing the body work on it. But I think that's the only car I ever named, though. I technically didn't name it, actually.
I was going to say it was already named.
Yeah.
Josh, did you ever name a vehicle?
Just a part of that red S10, which was the stabbing cabin. When I had the topper on the back, the mattress in the back of it.
Oh, yeah.
People would ride in the back there and get tossed around.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was called the stabbing cabin because there was also a ton of knives back there.
A boatload of knives.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a boat and then a bunch of knives inside the boat.
You filled the boat with knives.
On top of the mattress.
It wasn't safe.
All the knives. Were illegally imported.
And somehow the only injury that ever happened was Sean hitting his throat on the back of the cab prior to the topper being put on the truck.
Yeah. Well, I would have got injured a lot more in that truck, but I was always wearing my chainmail underwear.
True.
Very protective.
Yeah.
Josh has a short temper when he drives.
Is that true?
So he likes to punch down toward the crotch of his passenger.
Oh.
When someone rubs him the wrong way.
Yeah, you got to make sure you rub Josh the right way.
Yeah, on the road
every time.
Rub his head on the road.
It's east to west.
Yeah. You always have to have a reliable compass with you.
Mm-hmm. To make sure that Josh is facing east or west so that you can rub him the right way.
You can rub him the right way. If you're driving northwest, you got to figure that out. You got to do the math.
Man, I really haven't ridden with you guys in a while.
It's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you haven't been rubbed the right way in a long time.
No.
I mean, you have 4 kids. Something's working.
Yep.
Which way does your bed face?
Yeah. Yeah, every house you buy, I imagine you're like, let me make sure the bedroom faces the right way.
And they call it like feng shui, something like that.
Yeah, but it's just the Josh way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Josh way.
It's fuck shui.
Mm-hmm. See what you did there.
Clever, but I think we picked up on it.
Mm-hmm. Are you writing this down so you remember it later?
Yeah, possible title ideas, stuff like that.
That's the only reason I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
What, do you smell something? Oh, no. Okay.
Who, me? Oh,
no.
Is there a fire?
No. I've introduced a new noise into the room, so I'm getting used to it.
What is it?
What? What does that mean?
I plugged in a mini fridge up here.
Oh.
And it occasionally sort of kicks on, and so I'm hearing it right now. And I'm not sure if you guys hear it or if it'll be picked up on the thing. But
I don't currently, but I'll mark down a time just to be safe.
Yeah.
So do you guys always come in just kind of no agenda, just
about 90% of the time? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe not quite 90% of the time, but yeah, a lot of times there's, sometimes one of us will bring something they want to talk about, but when we have a guest like Josh, we're like, no need. Josh is going to bring so much.
It's going to create, yeah. We're not going to have time to do anything structured because this is going to just.
Josh is going to talk nonstop. There won't be a chance. I mean, we're barely going to get a word. We're barely going to be able to ask any of the questions that we normally have on this long list of questions to ask somebody. So we didn't even bring the questions.
Wow.
Yeah, because we knew how easy this episode was just going to cruise on by.
I know.
What a disappointment, huh? I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't want to say what.
Yeah.
Should we get to the questions then? Should we try doing that?
You got questions? I'll answer some questions if you got questions.
What's your favorite color's maiden name?
Bert.
Bert. Is that with a B?
Yes.
Is that Bert Sienna?
Nope. Just Bert.
Sean was so excited about that. You're like, no. Nope.
I hope that
you were wrong.
I thought that was going to go over better.
I mean, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Bert Sienna. Anyway.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Talk about One of Two.
It was only like 45 minutes ago. Sean said something about us doing music together.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do any more? Are we going to see more from One of Two in the near future?
It's always a possibility.
This is a yes or no question.
Yeah. I've texted Josh a little bit about like, hey, I'll come up with some riffs, and we have a Google Drive folder where we can dump stuff. I've put a couple of things in there.
I could see that Josh hasn't opened them yet.
No, you listened to at least something I sent you one time. And I sent you all
a couple ideas and things you're
I sent you all the
on.
individual tracks of one little thing that I was dicking around with.
Like,
if you want to play with it, play with it. But yeah, I mean, it's like almost anything that I'm involved with, even in my personal life. It's just a very slow process.
It takes time to sit down and actually produce something beyond just an idea. And even in this day and age with a lot of the collaborative type tools, it's difficult.
Yeah, I probably have like at least 10 to 15 like little half-baked song ideas, like partially created.
I mean, I'm always interested. I like seeing something from its beginnings and to see what it becomes. Like, I even liked the evolution of our theme song.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was actually listening back to some of the stuff that we still have in the Drive folder of like the original theme song ideas, and how literally super rough they were. Like I think Sean, you sent me a little track of like, this is how I hear the vocal part going in my head. And then you put like this really rough drum beat behind it. And that's all it was just this really like, like kind of drum beat with you rapping over it. So like listening to that again, I'm just like, wow, like that's where it started. It's super, super rough, but it got us to where it ended up being, which I think is fun. It's a fun little song.
It's how
ridiculous drum beat.
It's how the creative process works.
Oh
sometimes.
Yeah, it always starts somewhere super, super rough. I think too, like with Josh and I, most of the stuff we've ever wrote together has always been just like we're hanging out and we decide to start playing something, and a song. And most of the songs we've written were, if we didn't start it and finish it that same night, it never got done.
Yep.
So
the first session of 102 was like sitting in front of my parents' digital piano, and we were just messing around with all of the different sound effects.
Yeah.
And we recorded
that little like 5-track album we made or something.
Yeah.
That's horrendous.
Yeah, before Pro Tools, before anything like that.
Yeah.
The same, Matt, goes for like movies that we make. Like if we didn't make it in night one, it didn't get finished.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think there's a single like movie we filmed over
more than one day.
and just like music, there's never an actual idea of what we're about to do. It's all baked up in the moment and then done. Yeah.
I think that might be not a useful approach when it comes to
it's very
getting anywhere. Yeah.
I mean, it's great for writing a stupid little song that's, funny. or that, makes you laugh. And then you're just like, yeah, I have this thing that's a fun little memory and I can listen to it whenever I want and remember the time we made it and how much we annoyed the crap out of Josh's wife when we were writing a song in the basement and she just couldn't take hearing the same part over and over and over again as we were singing lyrics that were just absolutely ridiculous to it. Or having the cops called on us because we were being too loud.
Yeah.
That was a fun night.
That happened multiple times at my old house. Yes.
Yeah. Just the one that I was there for.
Oh.
And it was super fun. I mean, the problem was too that when we were singing, the song, we were pointed towards their house.
Yeah.
And we weren't singing quietly. We were like screaming the lyrics to the song.
Yeah. Yeah. I still have that recording too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a gem.
Maybe at the end we'll throw a little sample of a one of two song at the end of the episode. What do you say? Give the listeners a taste.
Think of which one is like appropriate to put up because a couple of them in this day and age are slightly offensive.
Sure, slightly.
Yeah, I'll say slightly.
I think that goes along with your show here. I mean.
Yeah, well, we skirt the line here.
Okay.
There's a different sensibility of being 40 and knowing what you did in your 20s was like, yeah, maybe that doesn't fly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at the time saying certain things was kind of okay, but now in this day and age, not so right, not so okay. And
yeah,
in a bubble, everything's okay to say.
Yeah. But this is not in a bubble. And Matt and I are much more attuned to the sensibilities of the country at large and even the world than we
Sean
were back
and I
then.
are quite woke.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that.
I could see that about you.
Mm-hmm.
I could just tell your wokeness.
Yep.
I mean, Matt would have never worn a shirt with a bear on it in his 20s.
I was wondering if you would make mention of this goddamn shirt again.
I love it. I don't know why. It's just a bear wearing a sweater.
Wearing a sweater. And he's got a pipe in his mouth.
Classy.
Yeah. This shirt has made more appearances on the show than most of our guests.
That's true. That's because Matt does not have a lot of clothes.
No, it's because it's been mentioned. I've worn this shirt more times than it's been mentioned, but it's been mentioned on this episode more times than we've had certain guests on.
That doesn't count against what I said, though. That actually more supports what I said.
No, I have a lot of clothes. I just wear only certain ones.
Gotcha. Whereas I went with the white t-shirt I slept in the night before for this special occasion.
Yeah, I mean, you've never dolled yourself up for Josh before. Why start now?
You should have seen me last night when I was at his house.
Yeah. Super dolled
My
up.
shirt had a collar.
Wow.
It did have a collar.
Yeah, it was
Holy
a polo.
Crap.
Yeah. He was cold. He mentioned that.
Is your house typically cold?
Not really.
No, I think it was just because, it's like 40 out, so I'll be fine with a short sleeve shirt. No probs. And then, obviously once the sun goes down, the temperature changes.
Did you not have a jacket?
I did have a jacket, but it would have been more comfortable if I had like a hoodie to throw on and wear that. Because who wants to walk around indoors and hang out in someone's house with a jacket on?
So
no one.
You thought, okay, it's 40 degrees outside. I'll be okay with a t-shirt. And then when you got into Josh's house and the sun started to go down, you got cold inside Josh's house with just a t-shirt?
That's correct. T-shirt and pants, let's be clear.
So I don't know what that has to do with it being 40 outside at all then. That has to do with the temperature at which Josh keeps his house.
68.
I think I thought his house would be warmer.
68 does seem low for I'm sure you have central air, so it's probably more, you probably don't get a lot of cold spots.
Right. The thing about my house is the main floor has a lot of windows, and so it gets actually hotter than 68 during the day.
Right.
Sun.
That makes sense then.
And then it takes a while for it to cool down for the furnace to kick in, and so there's kind of this dip. And I think, Sean was experiencing the dip.
I was
Sean,
mid dip.
You were experiencing the dip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I came in mid dip.
Yeah.
And I didn't. It's something I cannot unsee.
And if Who Framed Roger Rabbit has taught us anything, you don't want to experience the dip.
No. You don't even want to be mid dip.
No. Oh no. Mid dip is already too late. You might as well
you're done for
at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could survive with just the one half of your remaining body, but
that's a good
t-shirt. T-shirt's not going to save you in any form at that point.
No, not against dip.
Yeah, I'm full of sick references.
Sick references, as the kids say.
Yep. Oh, we're very down with the kids here on High School Famous. Yeah. We know
dead ass.
We know all the lingo.
You should title this episode "Let's Go."
Kids like to say that.
Yeah. Well, we can now that you've said that.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be something that has been said throughout the episode or a combination of things.
All right. We'll do it.
You said you're a listener. You should know this.
Yeah, I've listened to some of the shows, like parts of them.
Do you know which some?
Do I know what?
Do you know which some?
No.
Oh.
I think both of your birthday episodes or birthday reference episodes recently.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Those would be the only ones that we referenced our birthdays on.
Yeah, okay. just where you
honestly, I don't know if we ever referenced our birthdays on any other episode.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
but we decided to make it special this year.
Yeah, they were significant birthdays.
Yeah, they were our 41st birthdays. They weren't our 40th birthdays. They were our 41st birthdays. Yeah. I'm like, what's significant about that?
I forgot how old I was for a second.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
You wish you were 40.
Oh man, do I? To be 40
back
again.
when I was 40, I could do cartwheels.
Man, to be 40 again. Just such a time of my life.
I was still getting carded at 40.
I still get carded now. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's because I'm not gray, like some fellas I know.
That's what? Who? Like who? What's funny is right now, Josh,
you with and little Mr. Graduated Gray down there.
But there it is.
It is. Wow. That see, the crazy thing is that your sideburns aren't, so it's very deceiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have your hat on,
fucking line right where your hat was blocking it. You have perfectly brown sideburns and then a completely gray head.
Yeah.
That is absolutely. It literally looks fake. That is insane.
I didn't notice it until we were on here. I'm like, maybe it's the lighting, but his hair looks very dark right now. And then, you took the hat off, and I saw that sharp line. It looks like it's drawn, like you took a marker and colored in your sideburns.
Like it looks like you were wearing that hat
while
and then sprayed a colored hairspray onto your hair.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's defined.
Yeah.
It's distinguished.
Yeah. Look, I don't have the beard right now, but when I have the beard, it's pretty gray in here.
Pretty peppery.
I think Sean, your beard's more gray than mine is, but
for some reason,
Sean. I mean, you can tell now the 5 o'clock shadow is pretty much white.
Yeah. For some reason, the parts of the beard that I'll actually keep is what is gray, and then like above it and below it decided to stay dark, which is great for me.
Yeah.
But you guys can see I still have a lot of brown going on here.
Yeah, there's still a fair amount of darkness on top. Yeah.
I just got the little patch in the front.
Wisps, little wisps of gray.
Yeah.
I
stage
have
name.
Very, very little gray hair of any sort.
Well, you're a redhead.
Yeah, I'm a freak.
It's common. What? No one said that.
I'm a freak of nature. I'm an abnormality. It's all good.
You're a recessive gene.
Yeah.
You're a walking, talking recessive gene.
I'm the product. Yeah, I'm the product of a recessive gene. And it happens to 1% of the world, 2% of the world, I think.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm. You think it'd be a higher number because you see a lot of redheads around, but I don't think there's a lot of redheads in China.
I think you just
that kind of fucks the average.
You see them a lot because you notice them because they stand out. You're like, whoa,
they stand out.
How abnormal and unusual. How uncommon,
especially in the daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they don't come out at night.
because they glow.
Oh,
due
the
to
skin.
due to their very pale skin and then bright red hair. Yeah, they kind of like a beacon in a sea of normality.
I think that's what inspired the Rudolph story.
Redheads.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe the story got changed into like let's make it reindeer so it doesn't sound like slavery.
What? And they're like, you know what? What can we do
There's
to
a
make
bunch of people driving the sleigh every year.
What? Oh, I see. What can we do to make every single reindeer hate this one reindeer? Oh, let's put some red on it. That was their answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just despise. You know what? I watched that recently, man. I don't know if I talked to you about it on here, but
it doesn't
I
hold
think
up.
I did. It's not that. I'm just shocked at the fact that Santa Claus also is like, boy, that's too bad, Donner. Your reindeer could have been great, but he's got this stupid red nose. I'm like, Santa?
Oh wow,
Santa's discriminating against him too?
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. He enslaved a bunch of elves. He's not a good guy.
I think they're all there on their own volition.
Yeah, volunteers.
I don't know.
They don't get paid.
Yeah, they get a warm place to live, food to eat, clothes to wear.
Yeah. And they get to live their days knowing that they satisfy children.
Yeah, but they don't have dental.
They probably do.
That's why the one wanted to be a dentist.
He didn't say I want to be a dentist because we don't have dental
No,
insurance.
He saw a hole, an open hole in the
Careful.
in the job market. It's like, look, we don't have dentists. He's like, I'd make a killing as a dentist right now.
Yeah. Do you see this gaping hole?
Yeah, I want to enter it. That's what he said.
The market. He wants to enter the market
I want to put myself in this empty hole
of a market.
I want to fill it
and succeed. I want to be successful.
I want to put my seeds into this empty hole that doesn't have, to make sure that
seeds.
I can satisfy all the people that need this.
All of the people
he wanted to plant his seeds into this empty hole.
What are the seeds though? No, but he's not creating the market. He's seeing the market.
Josh right now is realizing that this is being recorded, and he's like, I'm being associated with this right now. Let me make sure I'm steering this in the right direction.
This is on the internet forever.
Not yet.
The internet will never die. That's not true.
He wanted to make people's mouths better. He didn't want to fuck their mouths. He wanted to make their mouths better.
In the market.
He planted his seeds into those mouths.
Josh just keeps going, in the market. For the market. The dental market.
Yep. Yeah.
Great. So
I always enjoy destroying some, a beautiful childhood memory of a wonderful little children's tale.
How so?
I mean, we just did it in the market, Sean. That's how.
Okay. We just did it in the market.
Mm-hmm. That's called public sex.
Publicly traded?
I mean, yeah, that's another term for it. You could say we publicly traded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If a cop walks up to you while you're, doing it somewhere out in the open, you're just like, hey, I'm just doing some public trading of fluids.
In exchange.
Yeah.
For the market.
It's an exchange of goods.
Yeah. In the market.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the market.
Yeah.
Sometimes she wants you to put it in the back market.
That's not a thing.
What?
I said that's not a thing. There's no
back alley market.
Hmm.
A back alley market. Put it in the back.
Josh,
go to the back alley.
As
Sometimes
much as
go to the back alley.
As much as you want to deny,
or
that is out there. That's out there in the world.
I think he's about to close his browser.
Yeah. The leave session button is still dithered.
I just like letting Sean hang out there with his statements.
Oh,
yeah.
I've done it many a time.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes to let me dig my own hole.
Yep.
Over and over again. I do my best to get out, but it doesn't always work.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does your market hurt?
Oh. No, I'm good. Thought I had something, but I lost it.
That's great. So, Josh, what else is new?
Here's a generic open-ended question.
Right? Matt, did we get these questions pulled up yet?
There was never questions. I don't know why that just made me think of that damn line in the room where he's like let's not talk about, like, I don't want to talk about personal stuff or whatever. And he's just like, anyway, how's your sex life?
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous.
Have you seen that, Josh? You probably have, right?
I've heard you guys talk about it.
Oh, dude, you got to check it out. It's so ridiculous.
I watched it for this so we could talk about it on here, and it lives up to its reputation of being,
for sure,
one of the, if not the most like worst movies ever made.
Yeah, it's definitely there's the whole so bad it's good kind of thing. I wouldn't say it's so bad it's good, but it's so bad that it's so bad it's amazing. Because like in the end you're like, you just still don't, like, you're not one of those, it's not one of those movies where you're like, I love it so much because it's so good, because it's so bad. It's like, no, I still hate this movie, but man, it's so bad on such a like amazing level that it's one of those movies that you're like, I will watch it again because it's so bad I have to.
So this is like an MST 3000-esque movie.
God, I don't even know if it's a movie that, I don't know if they've done this on there or not, but it's almost a movie you wouldn't even do on there because it's like, I don't know. It's like it's too easy to make fun of almost, or it almost makes fun of itself too damn much.
I think too that it has its own large cult following already, that it wouldn't need to be. What MST3K does is it takes movies that probably most people haven't seen and really pokes fun at it. And even afterward, you walk away going, I still don't even know what that movie they were watching is. I think that it is, The Room is so well known already that it wouldn't need, it's almost too well known to be featured on MST3K.
I'll check it out. Is it long?
Probably an hour and change, right?
Yeah.
Hour and a half tops.
I'm pretty sure the entire movie's on YouTube. You could even just find it on YouTube to watch it. So you wouldn't even have to like go out of your way to locate it anywhere. I'm not sure where you found it, Sean.
It might have been YouTube. I don't recall.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was a while ago, so I don't remember. But yeah, it was not hard to find. It was easy to find. Now, I also haven't seen The Disaster Artist. Matt, have you seen that?
I have not watched that either.
Okay. Josh, you know what that is?
Nope.
That's basically, who is it? James Franco?
Yeah.
He made a
group of people.
He made a movie that was basically
the making of The Room.
It was the making of The Room.
Oh gosh.
But it wasn't a doc. Yeah. It wasn't a doc, right? It was like they were sort of reenacting the making of the movie.
So like he played the main guy, and it was just all about like, him doing his scenes and his lines and all that, and all the, everybody played different characters of people who were in the movie. And so I think it's that, and like all the build up to like him wanting to make a movie and all this stuff. The crazy thing is, I believe, and having this knowledge going into watching how awful this movie looks is interesting, because I believe it was a $3 million budget movie.
Are you serious?
Sean is also stunned. Yeah, it looks like a movie that they maybe spent $100,000 if best on.
It looks slightly more expensive than, say, Clerks or something.
Yeah.
And I think that was famously, what is it, $30,000 or $50,000 or something?
25 to 30 or something.
Wow.
Because there was like scenes in an alleyway that they could have filmed in an alleyway, but the guy insisted that they built sets. Like that's where like a lot of it went to, is just like, I know it needs to be a set, so they had to build the whole set of an alleyway instead of just filming it in a fucking alleyway.
So I just looked this up. The Room, Wiseau's film, The Room, was released in 2003. Its budget was $6 million.
Oh God, I gave it too much credit.
Yeah. The financing of which has remained a source of intrigue. The film was based on an unpublished 540-page novel written by Wiseau himself. Is it Wiseau?
Wiseau.
Wiseau. Oh, sorry.
Tommy Wiseau.
So that would be a read.
Also, Tommy Wiseau is a very interesting person. His line delivery, for one, is amazing, but he
unrivaled line delivery.
He claims to be American, I believe, but he's clearly from like he has not, as far as I know, to this day, has not like ever announced where he actually is from, but he's probably from like Turkey or something. So he has a really weird accent, and like clearly has never taken any sort of acting lesson in his life, and it's amazing. He's a very interesting man. So there you go.
Watch it tonight.
Having that information, watch it tonight. There you go.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think you'll enjoy it for all the wrong reasons, and that's kind of how it needs to be done. So there you go. That's our second talk about the room.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, this died. We better call it here, man. This is dead.
Did it die?
Oh, look!
I felt like this was strong. This is good stuff. Josh, what's up with you? What's new? Any?
I already asked him that.
Oh shit! That was the only question I had on my list. Is it really a list? I don't know.
Josh, talk more.
No, I won't.
Oh.
Well, in that case.
Well, we'd love to have you back if you are ever willing. But judging by your face,
you hate
it
us.
seems as though
he hates us, John. He doesn't.
Well, I didn't know how to prepare for this, so I was just expecting, maybe an interview kind of thing. But that's all right.
Well, hey, you know what? Next time we will do a full expose on Josh.
Like total Barbara Walters style.
Yeah. We'll dig deep. We'll get into some dark stuff. I mean, we know a lot of it already, but the listeners don't.
All right.
So, yeah.
Oh wow.
We can get into the Josh dark days.
Oof. I don't remember a lot of them, so
repressed memories.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hope you remember the way.
Remember the way? I don't remember the way.
That's a reference to something that happened in your car.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember somebody hiding in your car and then jumping out and saying, "You remember the way?" and scaring the shit out of you?
No.
Oh God. Okay. It sounds like next time Josh is on, I'm going to be reminding him a bunch of his past.
Yeah. It sounds like this is something that you should have done this time.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it till just now. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, plus I
wasn't even there for that. I just remember it.
I did spring this on Matt, obviously, yesterday when I asked you yesterday, Josh, if you wanted to be on the show. Yeah. So he didn't really have any time to prep, and I didn't do any prep.
I had time. I just didn't.
Oh.
That's fair.
There's things I care about in life, and this wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. I had things on YouTube that I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And that was more
you traveled the 12 miles to the laundromat to make sure your bear shirt was clean for this episode.
There's a washer and dryer in the basement of my building.
I thought you were going to say I have like 12 of these shirts.
No, I have one of these shirts. This is a sleepy time only shirt, and I just didn't get out of my sleepy time clothes today. So, yeah, there was no need. I wasn't going anywhere. Fuck that. If you don't leave the house, what's the point of putting clothes on? I mean, different clothes on.
Right.
I don't walk around the house naked like some weirdo. I'm not weird. You're weird.
This is why this show needs to be like on video. Just the deadpan staring that happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, apparently next week we're doing video.
Yeah, that's the word. We're gonna.
We have a guest coming on that requested it. So
it should be a 2024 goal for you guys. Mm-hmm.
Hey, should we
we had a different 2024 goal, and it's mostly happening. Guest per episode. Yeah. We've only missed one so far.
Yeah, we wanted to sort of unofficially have a guest on every single episode.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, we only missed last week so far. And if we're doing that, Matt, we can announce the next guest we're going to have. Can we not? Why should we?
We could.
Yeah. Although usually we don't know who it's going to be when we're recording this.
This is like the one time we do.
All right. So who is he?
Doesn't remember.
No, I have to pull up. I would have to pull up his information. I know his name is Preston. I can't remember what his
Instagram handle is Stunt Beast, I believe.
Right.
He's a former Hollywood stunt man.
Ooh,
and he's done stunt work on various Marvel and DC projects, among others. And now he does a lot of
Marvel and DC. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I know he did a lot of TV stuff.
Well, I mean, I think he did.
Sean might be pumping him up bigger than what he was. I don't remember if in his full. I looked up a lot of his stuff when we first had met him, and I don't recall it all now. But yeah, we met him. We did a little game show podcast last year. Was it last year we did that, or was it even longer ago than that?
It was within the last year, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it got posted like a few months ago, so it was probably within the last year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we met him on that. He was the third contestant on the show, so we met him when we did that, and then we asked him if he wanted to be on sometime, and he said sure. So it's been a bit of a time coming because there was scheduling differences and life things happening that caused it to be pushed off for as long as it has at this point. But we're apparently going to be having him on next week. So
yeah, his name is Preston Corbell.
Yeah.
And yes, I know he does some. Let's see. It looks like the most recent thing was stunts on DC's Doom Patrol in 2020.
So he's done like the TV, DC, and Marvel stuff, probably. Yeah.
Yep. He did some stunt work.
Movies, but
yeah, he did some stunt work for Daredevil and The Punisher, the Netflix Marvel shows. He was on Vampire Diaries, Grimm, Workaholics, The Blacklist.
And I believe One Tree Hill was a thing. He did a bunch of stuff on as well.
That as well. And now I know he does more like, is it like body health?
Like
mental health
stuff, yeah. There's a lot of mental health stuff on TikTok and whatnot. So, Instagram, I think.
Yes, One Tree Hill he was also on.
But yeah, that's next week.
I've noticed. So now we're talking about the next guest more than we've talked about our current guest.
Yeah.
He sounds way cooler than me, though.
So
maybe.
Josh never got. Josh, we've discussed some of Josh's previous stunts. This is something he never got paid to do.
True. Yeah.
Sure.
He drove his truck with two people in the bed with not being secured in any way, and he jumped a ramp.
Yeah, I mean, I guess damage. It would have been nice to talk about Josh's work with wildlife as well. He saved a turtle once.
Oh, see, okay. This is why we.
I know.
Okay.
I'm thinking of great memories like way too late now.
All right, we're gonna.
You can have me back on like I never was here.
Well, no, not that. We're just gonna dangle this carrot in front of everyone, and we will schedule you to come back on much more in advance, and so Matt can conjure up these stories.
I can conjure up all my memories.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've suppressed all of mine.
Well, maybe I'll bring some stuff back up, and that could either be, good for you or not. We'll see.
It could be quite detrimental.
We haven't made a guest cry yet. It could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've asked a guest to cry.
Yeah.
Did that work?
They I don't remember.
Backfired.
Was it me?
It might have made Sean cry.
I asked the guest to cry, and then they got so upset that they couldn't do it that it started to make me cry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it turned out that it was just because Sean got some hairs stuck in his chainmail underwear.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're gonna support that, you gotta either have like a second layer, like a barrier layer,
or you gotta trim
just
up.
You gotta get yourself some Manscaped lawnmower 2.0. Not a sponsor.
No, unfortunately.
We almost looked into that. Whatever that was called.
We had talked about that before. Yeah, some other company that's clearly competing with Manscaped tried to get us to advertise, they would have sent us stuff. Well, they would have sent us stuff. We would have had to pay. We would have
had to pay for it.
And then we would have had to buy the product and then advertise it for them, which seems kind of backwards.
Right. I think it was actually
we would have got something else out of that eventually, or something.
And eventually we would have gotten some sort of kickback from it. But I believe it was. Well, I don't even want to mention who they are.
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember what it was at this point. We can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, I think I do, but I'm not going to say it on the show ever. They're not going to get free ad from us. Don't say it.
I think I remember kind of along the lines of what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, incredible. I think.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Class dismissed, y'all. See you next Tuesday. Thanks, Josh.
You're very welcome. Thanks, guys.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior.
An 18-inch something else?